Or we pray or meditate about it, and we feel great while we're in alignment with our soul's truth until we stop meditating and start cooking dinner. Or maybe for a few hours, right? While those chemicals of bliss are still in our systems. Or we try talking about it and telling our friends, especially, how miserable it is, and complaining. Most of our conversation is some form of off-gassing nervous distress that passes for normal human conversation. I would say that we're trying to use each other as free therapists. It's not that fun, right? It's hard to find a good therapist friend who you're not paying to listen to you. And sometimes it feels burdensome as the friend. It's like, oh, I can't answer the phone. They're always like, I know she's going to be upset. She calls. She's like still in the same loop with the same guy, or he still hates his boss or whatever. And we can feel that mental activity isn't clearing it either. And if anyone's ever tried to do talk therapy, you'll know that you'll understand your problems more, which kind of can compound it, because then you know that you're screwed up, and you know why you're screwed up, and you know how you got there, but now you're even more mad, or you feel guilty because you can't unscrew it, right? So that's a very slow process too, and I thank you for the therapists here. Thank you for the time I spent with therapists. It set me on my healing journey, and they had huge compassionate hearts, and they went into that work because of their huge compassionate hearts. And now we found some upgrades, and I love teaching this to psychotherapists and counselors because it makes your work a lot easier. And boy, does it feel good. It increases the job satisfaction to watch someone be like, I'm done with the pain of that child abuse. Like, done. Like, okay, let's talk about it. And they're like, oh. Yeah, okay. It's kind of no big deal anymore. When an hour ago, there was sobbing and shaking, okay? So, here we go, let's see. Body, mind, and spirit at the same time, warp speed. Way.
How long do we tap?
My little PowerPoint. I was still doing its thing. I told you it's new to me. We're going to tap a few seconds on each point. Okay, your body doesn't care if it's 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Just tap, 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 tap. Go at your own pace. Don't force yourself to do it fast. Sometimes if you're feeling sluggish or slow, you're going to want to pick up the pace a little bit. And you know more tapping points. Yay! And there goes your reality. So I've just told you that tapping your meridians while addressing the disturbance and adding a positive vibrational field like love, acceptance, and forgiveness, the new version of yourself, will change the neural pathways and will neutralize the past experience or beliefs and give you an upgraded version, which then responds to the new truth spontaneously, meaning your body is going to start acting like that's been the truth the whole time. And guess what? So will the rest of the world. When you decide that you're worthy of love, people will act like you're worthy of love. If I came in here like this, you'd have a hard time listening to me. But I come into here like this, and you're like, okay. So the way you breathe, the way you carry yourself, not a show, but the way you naturally show up, will determine how other people respond to you. Okay, so I'll talk about this in just a minute, but first we're going to get to tapping, because this actually is a healing arts project that we're going to do and take to the streets. We'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, so now I told you were going to get a practical application of this. So I want everyone to choose something that they feel less than wonderful about. Maybe it's just tension in your body, and it's really fun to make physical pain disappear or decrease. For some reason that really impresses people, as if physical pain were harder to clear than emotional pain. So pick something that you are uncomfortable with in your life. Maybe it's a memory, maybe it's something that you're dreading doing, maybe it's a stiffness in your back or a tension in your body. Or even just pick something for an not your subject? Okay, now I want you to assess on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is this issue for you? 10 would be the most excruciating, and 1 is like I can barely feel it, it's just a teeny bit there.